Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. It's Friday and that means Star Citizen Live with the Vehicle Experience team. The live stream was a bit of a hot mess, but it was a general issue with Twitch and had nothing to do with the show production itself. Yogi, David, and Richard took an hour out of their life to answer our questions. Here's what I could piece together in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. The current projects have been docking, MFDs, missile operator mode, the countermeasure refactor, but now they're moving towards capacitor gameplay with engines, shields, and weapons. The Experience team does not make features, they're actually just designed to test and make adjustments, but they did confirm that the more recent adjustments to missiles in the operator mode was actually due to their testing. The capacitor idea was also introduced as a way of achieving the desired gameplay from work from this team. They made specific mention that the goal with the capacitors and the fixed assist is to restore some of the fun dogfighting that we lost after patch 2.5. The time to overheat is a placeholder, and it's based on an incomplete system. Polish and adjustment will happen pending work on other features in the future. Ramps currently don't land on the ground perfectly every time because the ground isn't flat, and David confirmed that they're aware that this needs to change in the future, but there's no patch or confirmed date where this might be fixed. David really liked the landing radar view that we used to have as a hologram in the HUD. This reduced the need for a third-person landing. He said he'd like to add it, but there's no date or confirmed patch. They're exploring the idea of making it so that an EMP would cancel self-destruct, thus giving more options for pirate gameplay. 2/3 of the panel liked that idea. They may add a similar mouse wheel speed control that we have for walking or flight to land vehicles. The team has access to all statistics that can help them identify ships that are OP or even decide if ship balance is where it should be. They also obviously rely on our feedback, but Jared mentioned that the telemetry they get is even better than ever. They confirmed they don't believe that they're at the golden state for dogfighting TTK. They spoke about it in very general terms, and they're working towards good balance, but they reiterated that many systems aren't added yet, and those need to be implemented before they can actually tackle beyond the placeholders that we currently have. We're waiting for components, power systems, shield refactor, countermeasure refactor, multi-crew repair mechanics, procedural damage, and others, which is why we're always told that balance isn't a focus in an alpha. The chat mentioned that distortion was OP, they said they would investigate. There was a question from chat that mentioned that ships are too slow to trigger blackout or redout, and the question was, would the threshold be reduced, or would ships be made more acrobatic? The dev said that once atmospheric control surfaces are added, that'll greatly change the responsiveness, and they said that certain ships like the M50 can already achieve this. But they went on to say that the player-actor team can also add better G-suits, which will further add balance to this gameplay. They acknowledged that racing has basically been shelved for many years due to the evolution of the flight mechanics. They're confident that once all of this refactor is done, specifically atmospheric control surfaces, that'll result in racing coming back in a big way. Currently, there's some fighters that are considered meta, or OP, due to their strong acrobatic flight behavior. They confirmed once again that as the other systems are added, balance will become a focus, and the fleet will then be adjusted to make more sense. Similar ships will be brought into similar performance windows. And Jared ended by asking about the Aegis HUD style guide, specifically wondering if the vehicle team was involved. They replied by saying that the majority of the design lies with the UI team, and then they tend to make improvements later to improve the experience. That's it. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.